Attendees are in listen-only mode.
Yeah, here we are. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the webinar. I've been talking to you guys for a couple of minutes, even though I've been muted, but we're still on time. Hey, my name is Chris Sylvade. I'm the founder of Simple Listing Solutions. And right now, in the next hour or so, we're going to have an awesome conversation about getting listings right now. Your market is pretty much like my market, tight inventory, I'm assuming. I mean, you got a listing. That's a nice thing to have right now, but inventory kind of tight. Maybe you got short sales in your marketplace. Maybe you don't. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk too much about the science of listing short sales today. What I want to talk about is the science of going out into a geographic neighborhood and dominating it, or two, or three, and how to go into neighborhoods and pick listings like you're going into an apple orchard and picking apples. All right. Imagine that, going into a neighborhood and picking listings as if you're going into an apple orchard and picking apples. Not quite that easy, but that's what I want you guys to visualize, because that's what we're going to talk about doing. So before we get started, I just want to say, hey, Carlos, welcome. Diane, Joe, Riz. Hey, Riz, I see you're here. Sean and Michael just popping into the room. Stephanie, down the line, you guys. Good morning and welcome. Would you just do me a quick favor? Click on the little arrow icon like you guys are doing right now and say, hey, sounds good. Hey, Rizwan, he already found it. What's up, man? How are you, Riz? Nice to see you here. Riz, you're going to love this. You're going to love this because you'll go do this. You'll go do this. You know, you guys can all go do this. Some of you will, some of you won't, but you can all go do what I'm about to show you. Sounds good. Thanks, Diane. And where are you guys at? Right? Where are you guys at? We're going to talk about making some money. Riz says, let's make some money. You know, there's an agent, and I'll show you him right now. Rick Geese, he's out in Michigan, and I can't make this stuff up, so I'm going to show you the guy right now. Right? This is a RE/MAX agent, Rick Geese, RE/MAX Advantage, or RE/MAX Advisors Associate Broker, RE/MAX Advisors, Macomb County, Michigan. Right? And so what I'm about to show you, he's my beta test. He's like I wouldn't call him a guinea pig. He's not that at all. He's my beta tester, though. And he's been beta testing what I'm showing you guys right now for the last 2 weeks, right? And Thursday last week, so it's already Thursday this week, so a week ago, he texted me at 5 a.m. and said, hey, Chris, this is the lazy man's way to riches. He said, so far in the last 10 days, 2 new listings, and I've got 11 home value reports I haven't even responded to yet, right? Less than 1,000 marketing pieces mailed, and running daily Facebook pay-per-click ads with a $5 budget. And he was only spending $2 a day on clicks, right? So that's nothing. That's nothing. And so I'm going to show you what Rick has been doing, and now what Renee Lamb is doing with her new listing that she just listed. She just took a listing she had on the market for a day, and she sold it full price in a day. So she's doing something really powerful based on what I'm about to show you, and it'll pay off for her too. So let me circle through the parking lot here and say, Washington State, Tacoma, Washington. Riz is in Tacoma. Hey, Diane, you're in Washington State, and Riz, you're in Tacoma. For some reason, I thought you were in Southern California. But where are the rest of everybody at? You know, if you're on right now and you're not on an Apple or an iPad, you should have a little arrow icon you can click on. And if you can, just maybe type in your city and say hello from wherever you're at. That'd be great to know. Okay, so let's get moving. You guys have a notepad? I hope so. Maybe you're recording, because I do come at you like a fire hose sometimes. And there's going to be stuff here that's going to be worth dough, right? Riz keeps saying, let's make money. Show me how to make money. So I'm going to show you how right now. Okay, so it's based on the science, and you guys will all agree with this. If you've been in real estate for more than a little while, you'll know what I'm talking about. When one listing comes on the market in a neighborhood, it's like a mushroom, because they're like, there's going to be 2 or 3 or other ones in the same neighborhood pretty soon thereafter. I don't know why, they just work that way. Where one pops up, boom, 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 a couple others pop up. Everybody say yeah? Okay, I can't hear you, but everybody did if we were all together. So it's smart sometimes, like if you've got a way to farm around just listeds, right? And not only just listeds, but just solds. Excuse me. What I'd like to do just real quickly is walk you guys through, this is short, super short, right? But we just want to talk about for a minute, what do sellers want, right? And I'm not talking niches right now like divorce, probate, short sale, expired, FSBO. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about general real estate, neighborhood, farm area, geographic neighborhood sellers out there are going to put their home on the market this summer. What do they want, right? Because you have to have what they want. Otherwise, you're just a commodity, right? You're just another realtor, and there's plenty of realtors. But what do they want? Well, first of all, people planning on selling their homes are information seekers, right? They're not realtor seekers, they're information seekers, right? And so you can list their house by being the first person to provide the information they want, and in a way that makes them say, wow, right? If you can be the first person to provide that information, and in a way that makes them go, wow, you're probably going to list the house, unless they've got somebody already that they know, their best friend is saying, okay, I'm just waiting, tell me when, right? And that happens. So check it out. If you're living in a neighborhood and you're going to sell your house this summer and you're an information seeker, what are you really most interested in, right? In your neighborhood. You're interested in what's going on in your neighborhood, right? Hey, that house came on the market down the street. I'm going to go to the open house. Hey, honey, pull over. Let's grab a flyer. Why? Because you want to know. You're an information seeker. You're trying to figure out, hey, what's my home sell? What's going on in the neighborhood, right? And you know what's most interesting to you? Solds. Because when it just sells, you really want, hey, what'd they get? You know what they were asking, what'd they get? Right? People in a neighborhood, that's what they want. That's all they want. And we know that already as realtors. That's why we go out there and we use comps. See what just sold and pendings, current actives, pending solds, like in the last 30 days. Agents hand that stuff out, and they hand it out consistently and religiously, and, get some listings because that's what people are interested in looking at. All right. So along those lines, think about speed of implementation, because I'm going to teach you a tactic now. In fact, I'll show you a system. Like, this is a squeeze page, right? This is a squeeze page. It's got its own domain name. It's like a one-page website, right? It's a lead capture website. And this has a headline that says, "Great family seeks lovely 3 or 4 bedroom home in Village Park. Who wants to sell? Alternatively, I can bring you a cash offer on any Village Park condo." Well, that's interesting, because who is this talking to? It's talking to anybody that lives in this community called Village Park with 2,000 homes in it, right? And that owns a 3 or 4 bedroom home, because that's what I'd like to list. And then it says, alternatively, I can bring you a cash offer on any condo. So I'm really speaking to anybody in Village Park who owns a 3 or a 4 bedroom home or a condo. And what am I telling them? I got a buyer for you. So scroll down, it says, meet Lily, Michael, Jill, and Noah, and Dan. It says, I've been watching Village Park like a hawk for this great family for more than 6 months now. They know where they want to live in this Village Park. They're fully approved and ready to purchase when they find the right 4-bedroom home or 3-bedroom home with extra room or office space. Please call me right away, right, with my phone number if you or anyone you know in the neighborhood has a 3 or 4-bedroom home and an interest in selling. And then it says, meet Dan, my investor guy. He's always interested in purchasing any 1 to 2 bedroom attached units, right? Particularly in Village Park, especially if you own a condo in Village Park and you'd like to sell. If you want a cash offer, right, without putting your home on the market, please call. Right. So this is a little lead capture squeeze page speaking to 3 and 4 bedroom homeowners and condo owners in Village Park, letting them know that, hey, listen, I've got some people who want to buy in Village Park. And then below that, right, so that's like an interest. If I'm fishing right now, right, this is like a big flasher. Like I'm dragging it behind my boat and it's flashing underwater super bright and it's catching the attention of fish. They're going, what? They want to buy a 3 or 4? You got a cash offer for my condo? Right. So this is what's bringing the fish over and looking at this flashing thing. And then they see this. It says, how much could your home sell for in the next 60 days? Right. Get your free Bullseye Home Value Report up to the minute, much more accurate than Zillow. Now, this is the lead capture. Right. This is the attractor factor. Also lead capture, because they can say, hey, you've got a buyer. We have an interest. We'll call you up. Now, do I have to have a buyer? No. Do they know that? No. Because before I can do anything, folks, I need to come over and see the house myself. When can I come over? Can I come over this evening? Great. Would you guys mind if I took some pictures? Okay, what's the best time? I can come over at 6? Okay, I'll be there at 6. Believe me, I don't need to have buyers. I can go find buyers and I can take it from there. Right? Same thing with an investor. If you guys don't know investors, they're not hard to find. They're not hard to find. But that's another conversation. So this is a big flasher attractor, and it's also, hey, a lead capture. Call me up. I've got people right now. We could just skip the whole put your home on the market thing and all that. You'd save you some money on the commissions too. Right? And by the way, how much could your home sell for in the next 60 days? Much more accurate than Zillow. Why not get an up-to-the-minute report? Free Bullseye Home Value Report. Right? It says Zillow and other computer-generated home valuations are often wrong by tens of thousands of dollars. My Bullseye Home Valuation Report provides an eerily accurate estimation of what your property would very likely sell for in the next 30 to 60 days. Right? And then beneath my form, where they give me all kinds of information about the property, it says, if you're planning on selling, I'd like to interview for the job. Right? Some information about me. Right? Plus all these special benefits, my easy exit listing agreement, $1,000 seller guarantee, clutter removal program, professional home staging. Right? Sincerely, here's me, and watch this video about this happy couple. Right? Happy couple that I helped.
Don't laugh, because if you meet with Chris, go work with him, and he'll ask you to do a video testimonial, and you'll be happy to provide it as we are.
So this is just a lead capture squeeze page for a particular community called Village Park, right? And there's a variety of ways that I let Village Park people know, right, that they can go over to villageparkhomewanted.info, right, which cost me $2 at GoDaddy because it's a .info URL. So they can go to villageparkhomewanted.info and learn about this great family looking for a home right now, or how to get a cash offer on their condo. Right? It's easy for me to let Village Park know about that. If I have a mailing budget, I use the U.S. Postal Service EDDM program, and I send jumbo postcards for 15 cents each. Right? If I don't have a mailing budget, listen, I can hand deliver a really cool little postcard that says go to villageparkhomewanted.info, right, to learn about this family, and I can hand deliver it, right, to like 25 or 50 or 100 doors around every just listed and just sold in Village Park. Boom, 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 boom. I can just get out there and I can do that, right, and have these homeowners come home and go, what? So that's one thing I can do. Right. Now, what if I could really quickly, within 2 minutes, just make another squeeze page? Completely different URL. Right. Maybe this one would be, this says check out 16057 Orchard Glen property and sales information below and discover how much your Danville home could sell for in the next 30 to 60 days. What? Check out what? Check out, yeah, this, check out 16057 Orchard Glen. Check out their property and sales information below and discover how much yours could sell for in the next 60 days. Right? So where's that coming from? So let's look at this. Like, here's a postcard. Right? Your neighbors at 16057 Orchard Glen put their home on the market. See their asking price and discover how much yours could sell for. Go to Orchard Glen for sale. Right? Cheap little postcard. Right, and I could put it around 50, 75, 100 homes around Orchard Glen when it just comes on the market. And here's the thing, you guys. Just solds, I could easily change this headline, right, on my postcard, right? Your neighbors at 16057 Orchard Glen just sold. See how much they got, right? And find out how much you could get in the next 30 to 60 days. Easy, easy. Print it out, and I could hand deliver it to 50, 75, 100 houses around Orchard Glen when it closes escrow. And here's the thing I want you guys to think about and realize, in fact. Most listing agents, when they close escrow on they got a listing, they close, they sell, they close. You know, escrow says, we're closed. They go, great, when's my check going to be ready? That's what they're all over. They want to go get the check. They don't want to race to send out a just listed. Most of them don't. Right? So here's the thing. Most escrows close around the end of the month. Like, you could look back on the 31st, May 31st, and see a bunch of escrows that closed, right? And what you could do is you could have a postcard like this that says your neighbors at 16057 Orchard Glen just closed escrow. See how much they got and find out how much you could get in the next 30 to 60 days. You could print out 100 of these, right, on May 31st when the thing just closed. And on June 1st, You could have gone to the neighborhood where that thing just closed escrow and put 100 of these things in the crack of the door, just bend them right in half, stick them right in the crack of the door at eye level. People are going to come home and say, wow, that place down the street's been on the market for a while, closed escrow on Friday. What'd they get? I'm going to go over to Orchard Glen, my neighbor just closed escrow.info and find out. Let's go find out. That's what they'll do. And then when they go find out, because they come over here online, right, to my neighbor's house just sold.info or whatever you got for $2, it says check out 16057 Orchard Glen details below, right, and find out how much you could get. And then this says it just sold. This lovely bloom. Here's the asking price. Boom, 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 came on the market. Here's all the information about it. And by the way, how much could your home sell for in the next 30, 60 days? So these are simple. This is a simple system and with a variety of tactics, right? Tactic number one could be, like I said, hand delivering 25, 50, 100 little jumbo postcards just right in the crack of the door to the houses all around are just listed or are just sold. Tactic number two could be just take an entire community, right, and do jumbo postcards into it through the EDDM program, send them out to 1,000 homes, 2,000 homes, 3,000 homes, right? 1,000 homes is only at 15 cents each. That's nothing, right? What's 100 homes at 15 cents each is $15, right? So 1,000 homes, $150. Boom! You can hit a whole community with you know, different. I've got a bunch of different jumbo postcards like this for different scenarios. Right, driving people to squeeze pages. Let's talk about squeeze pages for a minute, because you can target FSBOs with a squeeze page. Right, let's go look at a different one. I'm going to show you a different one. You can target divorce, people who just filed for divorce with squeeze pages. Right, it's just, what do you say? Are you a homeowner facing divorce? Yes. We'll find out now for free whether your property is an asset or a liability and by how much. Oh, well, since you put it that way, right? It says, should you keep the home or sell it and split the proceeds? What if you owe more than it's worth? Make sure you get an expert and unbiased valuation. Why? Because in a divorce, both parties stand to lose a great deal, including the home they've been living in together. Dividing up your marital real estate assets can become the most complex ordeal you'll face in the entire process. And whether you handle your own property division or a court handles it for you, there are 3 crucial steps to the process. Determining whether the property is, or debt is marital or separate, right? Agreement between both parties on a value, and then deciding how to divide the property. And then it says, as a CRETA certified real estate professional, you can count on me to keep both parties fully informed at all times. And, you know, I'm going to give you a killer home value report. Here it is. Get your free bullseye up to the minute home value report. Right? Same thing. But now they know they need one, right? And so I can target divorce people like this too. And I can make myself a real estate divorce advisor pretty simply, right? Just by calling up my graphic designer and saying, hey, will you make me a real estate divorce advisor? Boom. Right? And now I'm CRETA certified, or whatever you'd like to call that. And so and then I can send letters and to divorce prospects and say, hey, you know, you might want to know about this. Squeeze pages. Right? Hey, squeeze page, selling on your own to save money? Here's how I can sell your home faster than you can and for more money than you can. Just watch the video. Right? And then come down here, it says, how much could I sell your home for in just 30 days? Right? Hey, Mr. FSBO. Right? I sent you a letter in the mail. Go over to youraddress.info and check out the message I put together for you. Right? Squeeze pages. So real estate agents, everybody thinks they want a website. Oh, I got to have a website where people can go search for homes. Sure, you probably do. Right? You might want to have a website where people can go search for homes and where they can learn all about you, right? And community information and all that great stuff. That's great. That's like your Yellow Page ad, but, you know, it's mostly for your existing clients to use and refer your business to and things like that, right? Spending a bunch of money on a real estate agent website to get it SEO optimized is a big, giant, fat waste of money in my book, because you can have virtually almost free squeeze pages with $2 domain names, right? And you're Google. You don't need Google. Google doesn't like you anyways. Nothing personal, but Google doesn't like real estate agents. They don't like realtor websites. That's why they rank them accordingly on the ocean floor like an anchor, right? When you turn on your real estate agent website from me or from Zillow or Z57 or wherever you get your real estate agent website, you know, about 4 days later, it's been crawled by Google creepy crawlers and Yahoo and Lycos and all the search engines. They crawl it and they go, oh, this is just this typical real estate salesperson agent, right? And then it sinks to the ocean floor. And that's okay. That's okay because I don't need Google. Because I'm going to deliver a postcard, a compelling postcard to a neighborhood that's going to make them go check out their neighbor's home. And when they're over there, hey, you might as well find out how much I could sell yours for in the next 30 days, right? And you might as well learn that, if you're interested in selling, I'd like to interview for the job. Here's a little bit of information about me and some reasons why you might want to hire me. Let me put together your home value report for you. It's going to be much more accurate than anything Zillow would ever give you. That's just a computer-generated online home valuation. They don't know anything about pent-up demand. They don't know anything. Right. So that's what's happening over here with these squeeze pages. And so, again, one tactic was hand deliver. Another tactic was use EDDM. But then again, there's yet another tactic, right? Facebook pay-per-click ads. I said that Rick Geese was doing something like that, right? Let's talk about that for a minute. But look, I showed you like a farm site, right? Look at what your neighbors are doing. We looked at a family site. There's a family looking to buy a house in this neighborhood. Please come learn about them. We looked at FSBO site. Selling your home on your own to avoid paying a broker's fee will almost always cost you more than the broker's fee, and here's why. And they can watch a video, and they can meet me, and I can say, hey, listen, let me tell you why. And the story sounds like this. You go to the jewelry store, and you buy a $25,000 Rolex, and then you go home, and a week later, you find out you lost everything. You've got to have an estate sale. And you got that $25,000 Rolex, it's still in the box, you've never even worn it. You're not going to get $25,000 for it at your estate sale, buddy. It won't happen. Why? Because you're not the jewelry store. You're a guy having a garage sale with a $25,000 Rolex that now, if you're lucky, maybe you'll get 15 grand by the end of the day, right? Because you're a garage sale. There's no Sotheby's sign out front. There's no Prudential, Coldwell, Remax, Zillow, Kelly, KW. There's no broker. There's no, between you and me, the buyer and the seller, there is nobody. And as the buyer, I'm going to take advantage of that. Of course I would. Why wouldn't I? You're not paying 6% broker fees. We're just going to back that out of our offer. Right? So you're not doing yourself. Anyway, I can say that in a much more loving way in a video that people can just click on and watch. I wouldn't say it just like that. But you guys can follow the music. Right? Expired listings, I haven't even showed you that. But so what I want to show you is a pay-per-click ad. And at the same time, I'm going to give you guys a quick little Craigslist lesson because Craigslist has changed their rules, and we're all aware of that, I think. Right? I think. If you're not aware that Craigslist has changed the rules, you can no longer embed like a hyperlink into a Craigslist ad that people will click on and take them someplace else. Right? Craigslist said, no, why would I allow you to take people away from me? I want people to come here and stay here. So no more hyperlinks to something else. So if you want people to go from Craigslist to your website, you have to tell them to. You have to say, copy and paste the URL below into your browser, right? You have to. You have to say, if you want more information, you, sir, on Craigslist, you need to copy and paste this into a browser and go to it, right? You can also tell them, hey, for more information, call a 24-hour recorded information hotline, right? That works really well on Craigslist too, right? Two different calls to action, right? One is call a hotline, or one is copy and paste this URL into your browser and go to my website. But you've got to do that now with your Craigslist ads if you want them to sing for you, right? Now let's just talk about Facebook for a second, because this is what a Facebook pay-per-click ad would look like, right? Just this section that I'm circling, right? That would be typical. It would have an image, it would have a headline, and it would have some text, all right? And so this is a picture of a family that says, help, we need a home. Lovely family seeking 3 to 4 bedroom home in, you name the community. Fully approved, ready to purchase, no agents. Right? That's a Facebook pay-per-click ad, $5 daily budget, right? $5 a day. And you could target a zip code, age groups, communities, right? And you could get people to click on that thing. And when they click on it, where would they go to? You guys. So if they clicked on that little help, we need a home, they would end up over here. Great family seeking home. Oh, wow. I have a home. Right. So let me just circle through this question lot real quick. Tacoma had a referral for there. That's great. So we have to make lots of different websites, one for each house we market. Great question. Yes, of course you do. I had a guy say it to me like this one time, and he was a great marketer and a brilliant dude. He said, I have agents, they come to me and they say, hey, how do I get onto the first page of Google? And I say, first page of Google? You want to be on the first page of Google? You don't want to be on the first page of Google. You want to be the first page of Google. You don't want to be one of the things in the search results. You want to be all of the things on page 1 of Google. How would you have to do that? You'd have to have a bunch of different websites, right? This guy had 75 different websites at the time, KW agent at the time in Phoenix, doing more than 150 transactions a year, right? Dave Dion, some of you may know him. Right? Yeah, you want more than a website. You want a bunch of websites. Listen, $2 domain names, and you can put them together in 4 minutes, and then you own that space called, villageparkhomewanted.info. Right? It'll be here forever as a lead capture, just hanging out there forever with people. Oh, not costing you anything, right? So yeah, you want a bunch of them. You want them for every property. In fact, here's what I would do. I would say I'm going to create a system in my practice called I'm going to pick 3 properties a week. They don't have to be mine, right? I'm going to pick 3 maybe just solds a week, right? Maybe 1 just listed and 2 just solds, or 3 just solds a week. I'm going to make a squeeze page for each one, and I'm going to go to the neighborhood like the day after that sucker closes escrow, and I'm going to hand deliver 50, 75, 100 flyers to all the houses around there, letting them know that the thing just closed escrow, and trying to drive all those homeowners over here to find out about it and fill in my thing. Right? To try and drive them over the squeeze page and fill in my home value report. That could be a system. You could say I'm going to do that to 3 different properties a week, 100 things each property. That's 300 hand-delivered things a week, right, to homeowners in and around a neighborhood where something just sold. And doing what? Letting them know that I can give them a bullseye home value report and that I'd like to interview for the job. I mean, there's worse things you could do with your time for virtually free. Right? There's a lot of things agents are out there spinning their wheels at and spending money on. I know agents buying business from Trulia and stuff, and they're spending bucks. I mean, bucks. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's nice. You got 4 things in escrow, but you paid $2,000 a deal. $2,000. Do you know how many? Do you know what kind of mail you could do with $2,000 in EDDM farming neighborhoods? To get people to say, yeah, tell me how much my home would sell for in the next 30, 60 days. To make your own food, right? You wouldn't need to spend $2,000. It's just way more than you need to spend, right? There ought to be 5 or 6 or 8 listings in that $2,000 or more. So this could be the front of a postcard. It says your neighbors at 930 Blemmer Road just sold for full price in 1 day. See the details and take a virtual tour. Right? www.930blemmerroad.info. Call Renee Lamb today. Right? This was Renee's listing. She just sold it in 1 day, so I just put together this little postcard for her. And of course, it says down here, if your home is currently listed, please disregard this notice. It's not my intention to solicit. It's got all this stuff in there. Real simple. And then on the back side, find out how much your Danville home could realistically sell for in the next 30 to 60 days, and check out recent neighbor blemmerroad.info. Right? Real easy. So she could print these out on her own printer, 2 up. And when I say 2 up, I mean 2 at a time, right? Like 2 at a time. You could put like 2 postcards just on 1 piece of paper, right? That way when you print it out, you just cut the things in half, cut the sheet in half, and now you got 2 postcards. And so 50 sheets of paper, you just made 100 postcards, right? And you're out there. It takes 5 minutes to put the squeeze page together, 10 minutes to print your things, cut them in half, 20 minutes to drive over the neighborhood, 40 minutes to deliver them, boom, done. That's a system, and it's cheap, right? It's just cheap, and it's effective. It's effective. Are we allowed to market other people's listings without their permission? Heck no. Not in California, you can't, right? Now, let me create a distinction, though. You can. That's a great question. What you guys can do, let's go, what's Hillcrest? What's happening over here? What you can do with other agents' listings, like you can go market neighborhood just solds, just listeds, current actives, pendings, and solds, right? As a group, you see that all the time. You see agents hand delivering all the current actives, current listeds, But if you're going to build a squeeze page like this with someone else's listing, right? Check out what your neighbors 16057, they just put their home on the market, right? Go get the details. Then you better get that agent's permission to advertise their listing. I would, because I guarantee you, if you go hand deliver 100 postcards around that agent's listing and all those homeowners going over and going bump, 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 that agent's going to know about it soon enough. Probably at one of their open houses, you're going to have 5 or 6 people mention it, right? And this agent's going to be, what? But if you get their permission up front, just say, hey, I'm just an agent. I'm just hurting. I'm not having any business. Congratulations on your new listing. Would you mind if I, market it to try and find some buyers? I would do that, right? Yeah, go ahead. Boom. You're on it. Right. Don't tell them I'm going to build a custom squeeze page and market the heck and leverage the heck out of your listing and try and get more listings from the neighborhood around it. Right. I wouldn't say that. Great question, Riz. So what we're doing over here at Simple Listing Solutions, I've created a mega toolbox. It's like a mega toolbox. You can go into it. Like I just say, here's your toolbox, and let's just cut to the chase. It's $39 a month to own the toolbox, right? And you could go into the toolbox. You could pull out a website, right? Like this, right? Your own custom website. You could do to, it's cool. Your own website, right? If you pay more than $39 a month for a website, you don't need to. And you could hook up your IDX and your blog, and you could change the color, do whatever you want to it, and that's just fine. It's a magic website. It's got all kinds of great stuff, right? But there's a lot of great websites out there. But this website, inside of it, you can launch thousands of squeeze pages. Templates are already created, right? Squeeze pages for, like I said, going after divorce prospects, going after probate prospects, going after FSBO prospects, working geographic farm areas, working expireds. Like, let's go over here and look at sdexpired.com. Here's a demo, expired, right? It says, here's how to put your home back on the market and have it sold in 45 days or less. Guaranteed, right? My name is Chris Silveda. I'm a San Diego native with a professional degree and background in marketing and more than 120 homes sold since 2002, and I'd like to interview for the job of selling agent, right? Meet with me for 15 minutes, and then here's my easy exit listing, my free Molly Maids, weekly updates. I got a bunch of stuff over here, including video testimonials. Right, including you can meet me. I don't need to come to your house to meet you, and I don't need to cold call you on the phone for you to hear my voice, because you can just follow the instructions in my letter.
Solutions Real Estate here in San Diego. I want to just take a quick minute and say, hey, thanks for just taking a moment to watch this video.
In this video, I say, hey, listen, your home is on the market and expired, and if you haven't already heard from them, you're going to hear from 5 or 10 or 15 agents calling you up on the phone and telling you how they can solve your problems, and it's going to sound like they're all reading from the same script, because for the most part they are. Right, for the most part, they are. And it would be fair for you to ask, well, where were you guys when we had our home on the market? Right? Now you can help us, but you couldn't help us then. Right? That would be a fair question to ask. And then I introduce myself, and I talk about who I am and how I believe that I can help them, why I'm different. Right? And to check out my stuff and listen to other people, happy people. Right? And I can send letters to expired listings and say, hey, I put some information together for you. Go check it out. Right. So that's another approach rather than cold calling, and I could just drip letter 1, letter 2, letter 3, letter 4. If they don't reply, done. And what does 4 letters cost at 50 cents each? $2. Right? Not even that. $1.90. Right? So squeeze pages, speaking directly to an expired listing, speaking directly to a geographic farm area around this home that just sold. Right? Speaking to an entire neighborhood, saying, I've got buyers for the neighborhood, right, and I can give you a cash offer. Find out how much your home would sell for, right? This is the way that we capture leads. This is the way that we capture leads. And then we can just log into our back office, and we can go just log into our lead center, and we can check out our leads, right? And we can follow up with them, and they can get dripped on, and we can stay in touch with them. We can create their home value report. Whoops, sorry, I used the wrong login here. Let's do this again. So I'm going to show you guys a couple tools here just quickly, how easy it is to play with these things. So I'm going to log in like this, just like an agent using the system, right? And so if I wanted to make a new squeeze page for a new property that just came on the market, how fast and how easy is it? It's this fast and easy. I would just come down here and click Customize Website Content. I would scroll down here to this thing that says Single Property Squeeze Page, right here, Single Property Squeeze Page, and I'd make a copy of it. And I'd name my new copy, whatever I want, the new property. I give it a new property name. So I'd say 1157 Ocean View, right? And submit, right? Oh, 1157 Ocean View already exists. Yeah, submit. Page already exists. Maybe I made that one already. Okay, 1157 Glenbrook. All right, submit. Oh, copy already exists. Copy this, then we'll change the name. All right, so I just made a new page, and it's just called 1157 Glenbrook, right? Now I'm just going to click Edit 1157 Glenbrook, and I'm just going to come in and change the address right here, right? or whatever I want to do. Right? I can just back up. It's just like working on Microsoft Word. Check out 1157 Glenbrook. Right? And check out 1157 Glenbrook, property sales and information below. You know, I'm just going to even delete that, sales information below. And then I'm going to come down here and change it right here to say 1157 Glenbrook. And then I'll put in a new photo or a video, right? And I'll put in, so let's change it. Let's go put in a video, virtual tour. Let's just go over to YouTube and grab our virtual tour because we made one and we uploaded it onto YouTube, right? So on YouTube, we're just going to look for Del Mar home for sale. In fact, let's go look for one of mine. I've got some. Let's go find one of my virtual tours. Solana Beach, 4-bedroom, 3-bath swimming pool. There we go. Here's a nice listing I took a couple summers ago. All right, so here's my virtual tour. I got it.
All right.
Now I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to delete the photo, and I'm just going to pop in a video. Real easy. There's my video. All right. Let's just move our text back up here. And just click submit. We're done. I just made a squeeze page. Right? In fact, let's go see what it looks like. For this new listing that just came on the market, let's just go see what our squeeze page looks like. Check out 1157 Glenbrook sales information below and discover how much your Danville home could sell for in the next 30 days. Watch the video. Right? Here's all the info. So that's how fast we can make a squeeze page. Now what do we need to do? We need to go over to GoDaddy. So let's do that. Let's go over to GoDaddy. And let's get a domain name real fast. Just listed. Let's go like this, even better. For sale on glenbrook.info. Let's go see how much that's going to cost us. For sale on glenbrook.info. $2.99. Okay, so for $3, I got a domain name, and I just put together this squeeze page about 1157 Glenbrook, right? $3. And now in my back office, heck, I don't know, what do I do now? I got the domain name. What do I do? I'm going to go down here and domain setup instructions, and I'm just going to follow the instructions, and now I'm going to activate my squeeze page. It's live. It's online, right? And then I'm just going to come over here to my postcard, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change the address to 1157 Glenbrook, right? That won't be that hard. And then I'll come over here and I'll change the photo, and I'll come down here and I'll just change this, and then I'll just print these suckers out myself, right? Or I'll put the EDDM little code right up here, and I'll let the post office get these things out in the mail for me, right? And it's that easy. Property after property after property. You could have 100 of these. Boom, boom, working neighborhoods around just listed and just solds. I wouldn't foresee that, but I could easily foresee doing 3-4 different properties a week. Farming for listings, working neighborhoods for listings, right? Working the neighborhoods for listings. Because remember, let's go back to this thing. I had a lot of fun. I haven't gotten very far on this, but I had a lot of fun on this. Remember, what do sellers want? They're information seekers. Right? And you list their house by being the first to provide the information they want. Right? What information do they want? They want to know what's going on in their neighborhood. Right? Particularly just sold. Oh, how much did they get? Right? That's what they want to know. And so how do you do it? You say, hey, listen, check out what your neighbors 16057 Orchard Glen just did. Cheap delivery. It's either free or 15 cents each. Right? You know who to deliver it to, an entire geographic farm area or around just listeds and just solds. And then what's the offer when they get over there? It's a free Bullseye Home Value Report. Find out how much your home could sell for in the next 30 to 60 days. Zillow doesn't have a clue. I do. Right? I've got a clue. My Bullseye Home Valuation Report provides an eerily accurate estimation of what your property would very likely sell for in the next 30 to 60 days. Right? So when we started out this webinar, I said, hey, there's this guy, Rick Geese, right? He's been doing this now for 2 weeks, right? 2 listings and 11 home value report requests to respond to from a combination of mail, postcards, less than 1,000 mailed though, and pay-per-click ads. And I showed you Facebook pay-per-click ads, what those look like, right? Real simple. So this is stuff that any agent can do because you don't need a mailing budget, right? You can go out and get the exercise, 3-4 properties a week, 50 of these out around it, boom, 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 boom. That's I mean, that's great exercise, right? You can get a teenager to go do it for you too. You could have 20 of these things up, right? Next week around all different properties, have teenagers out there, bam, bam, putting those out for you if you wanted to, right? You could easily do that. So let's go look at this other one. Please help us find a home. Yeah, you could have a teenager go hit all of Village Park for you. Just get these things out in every single door. Okay. Right. So that's a system, and I'm excited to share it with you guys for a variety of reasons. I've been hanging around for a long time. Listen, you guys know, most of you know, I work for Joe Stumpf. If you don't know who he is, you ought to. He's the #1 dialogue skills coach on the planet. I sold him a couple multi-million-dollar homes. He was a great client. Right. I worked for him for 8 years, and in the process, I met tens of thousands of realtors, 7-figure income earners. Right. Then I got into real estate and sold a bunch of homes. Then I built Simple Listing Solutions and met thousands more realtors. And out of all of the training and all of the tools I've seen from Craig Proctor and Joe Stumpf and Brian Buffini and Tom Ferry and Howard University and CDPE and Program 3648 and all the different stuff that I've seen and digested, this is the simplest, easiest thing to do. And it's so old school. You guys have all seen these postcards before. I mean, these kinds of postcards, they're nothing new. This is like a Dan Kennedy style stuff. You go, hey, that looks a lot like Craig Proctor. Yeah, and it looks a lot like Joe Stumpf, and it looks a lot like other people. It's originally Dan Kennedy was the kind of guy who came up with this sort of style, right? Direct response, right? It works. It works. And what I've found out working with so many agents, that you guys really, for you, the simpler that it is to implement, and and if you can do it for not a lot of money, right, and it works, it's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to know about, right? Because you guys can go get lost in social media, technology, blogging. You can just get lost in that stuff. When this old school, simple farming, geographic farm area stuff works, and now squeeze pages aren't so old school. Right? They're kind of new school. And the beauty of these squeeze pages that you can make over here in the back office is that you can insert anything into them. You can put videos here, whatever. You can just, whatever you want. Videos. You can customize this form. In fact, speaking of customize this form, what I've done over here at Simple Listing Solutions is I've created a bunch of different squeeze page templates for my clients to use. Right? So if they want to go after FSBOs, they can just make a copy of the one that I made and then customize it a little bit, so they don't have to remake the wheel. It's already built. They just have to change a couple spokes, right, to really make it fit their specific property or whatever they're trying to do. I'm making one right now for executive renters. In fact, I'm going to click on Customize Website Content, and we're going to scroll down here and see Executive Rental. Yeah, let's take a look at it. It's not ready to show you yet, right? Oh, that's not exactly the one I want to show you. Executive rental confirmation form, executive rental. It's not ready for the world yet, right? I'm doing some other stuff here. I'm making the form a little bit different. But the gist is, are you looking for a great place to call home in San Diego? I specialize in helping professionals find shorter long-term home rentals. I'm going to have an image up here of a bunch of different condo communities and beachfront stuff. It's going to look real cool. Then I'm going to have information here defining exactly what I offer and how great it is, and some information about me, right? And then I'm going to have this form, yes, please help me find a home. And then preferred contact, email, how soon do you need to move? What do you prefer, south, central, north? Which do you prefer, city, ranch, coast? How many home bedrooms? What lease term length is perfect? What's your price range? And my price range starts at $4,000, right? And do you have special requirements? What did I come up with? Workout, views, pool, other questions, remarks, submit. Right, and so I'm going to make this thing so it looks real cool, but it's going to be it's going to be for firemen for executive rentals. Why? Because I know I can get them on Craigslist, and I know I can make $1,600, $1,800 putting them in a nice rental, $1,000, $1,400, right? They sign a 1-year lease, and I know that I just met someone who makes $4,000 or $5,000, $6,000 a month in rent look like no problem, and that's somebody that I want to have in my center of influence, right? Because I'm going to start sending them my newsletter, right? And I'm going to start working them for referrals, and when they're ready to move out of that rental and buy a house, I want to be their agent, right? So I've got squeeze pages for not just divorce and probate and FSBOs and expireds and farms, but I'm putting one together for you guys right now for going after executive renters and stuff that you can just, boom, open it up, and customize it a little bit with your own pictures, and it's ready to go, It's ready to go. And then I'll have the Craigslist ads. You just copy them, customize them, ready to go. Right. So that's part of what we do over here at Simple Listing Solutions, right? As well as download the monthly newsletter, direct response newsletter that you can send out to your center of influence and work farm areas and stuff with your newsletter. Like here's the June edition. This is pretty cool, right? We'll go down to the inside pages. Here's the June edition. Yeah, and I just put in my custom image, and it's pretty cool. It's a customizable newsletter. And it just goes out in the mail the size of like a postcard, right? Mailing label goes on it and folds up in a couple folds. It goes out in the mail, right? So there's this, like I said, there's a toolbox right over here that I've created, and in the toolbox there's magic websites and squeeze pages. There's letters, right, for mailing to divorced people, probate people, expired people, short sale people, and the letter library. In fact, that agent that I shared with you, Rick Geese in Michigan, 11 letters, 5 appointments. 11 letters, 5 appointments. And the letter that did it for him, it's in here, and it's called Short Sale Divorce Letter number 1 and 2. Short Sale Divorce Letter. What? Yeah. What Rick was doing is he's going on to Legal News. He's finding people who just filed for divorce, and then he's pulling up the tax records. He's seeing if they own a house and if it's underwater. And if it is, he sends them a letter saying, I specialize in helping people going through divorce who are underwater on their home get out of that sticky mess, right? Because when your marital asset, right, is underwater and you're going through a divorce, that could be a real nightmare, right? You need somebody like me on your team. And the letter works, right? The letter works. So, yeah, that's what we do over here. It's a little bit about what we got over here at Simple Listing Solutions, and a whole bunch of other stuff, I mean, if you want to go after short sales, just, you know, there's tools like you've never seen. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that stuff and confuse you guys. But what I showed you today was a system for farming in and around just listeds and just solds, and a system for farming geographic neighborhoods, right, like Village Park, and then offering free bullseye home value reports up to the minute, much more accurate than Zillow, and then letting people know that if they're planning on selling, you'd like to interview for the job. And you guys can come over here and duplicate my system. Go build your own squeeze pages, right? You can totally do that, right? But I prefer to just give them to you for $39 a month, right? So if you have an interest, come over here to simplelistingsolutions.com and poke around. You can click on sign up and get thoroughly confused because you'll see there's some different systems back here. But what I'd want you to know is my stealth system is what we've been talking about all morning. It includes everything I've ever built. It's got short sale systems, expired systems, FSBO systems, letters, squeeze pages. It's all inside the stealth system, right? And I haven't even written about everything that's because I've added new tools and I haven't updated the website. So you know, it's the stealth system that you would want, right? If you want to have the ability to do the stuff that I've been showing you today. It's a one-time setup fee right now of only $397. It's only $397. And then, like I said, it's just $39 a month. That's month to month, no contract, right? Now, if you want to know, you know, more about us, poke around, right? Check in with agents. Do your own research. You know, you can look up some of these agents. Rick Geese, look them up. If you're a RE/MAX agent, look up Rick Geese, right? If you're a Coldwell agent, go talk to this guy. I love this guy, right? Here's an agent that's got 3 different systems. He's got 3 different cell sites set up. Coldwell. Right. This is Ed Trivers, right? Ed Trivers. There's his phone number right there. So if you're a Coldwell agent, call Ed Trivers, right? If you're a RE/MAX agent, you know, call Rick Geese. If you're a Realty Executives, call Larry Martin, right? 200 transactions last year. If you're with Sotheby's, you can go over to my website. You can poke around. You can find Adam Manconi down here with Sotheby's, right? There's plenty of agents that you guys can go talk to, right? Tom Reinberg down in Florida, right? And just say, hey, you use Chris's tools. What is it? Is it worth $39 a month? And you know, Ed Trivers will laugh and say, "Are you kidding me? I told Chris to raise his prices a long time ago. It's worth way more than $39 a month." Right. So the way our system works, when you get our tools, it's not just here's our tools, good luck. You're actually bringing me onto your team, and you're bringing a PhD computer programmer onto your team for IT support. His name is Dave. Right, and so you bring Dave and Chris. We're now on your team, right? You join the club. You join our family over here at Simple Listing Solutions. We join your team, and we help you get your stuff set up. You're not thrown to the wolves. Good luck. Here's your stuff. We just back up a big truck full of a bunch of tools and dump them on you Because I've seen that happen, information overwhelm. You know, you go to a 3-day seminar, you get all rah-rah out, and you pay $2,000 for a big box of stuff you take home, and it sits on the shelf and collects dust. What am I supposed to do with 37 CDs and a 500-page workbook and 9 hours of audio-video training? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what you do with that stuff, but I know what you do with my stuff, right? And it depends on you, depends on your resources, your budget, your energy, and your marketplace, but I'll help you put it all together, right? So thanks for your time today. I hope you guys got some great ideas. If you're a former client of Simple Listing Solutions and you're no longer with us and you want to come back, I would invite you back. It's $1, right? It's $1, right? We want you back. So contact me. Just give me a call and say, hey, I want to come back. And you'll be back, and we'll get you set up today. And I thoroughly enjoy what I do, and I hope you guys can tell, and I hope you got some great ideas today about leveraging your own inventory as well as other agents' inventory to go get more listings. And I hope I've shown you how easy it can be and really, really cost-effective, right? Really cost-effective to have squeeze pages, right? Let's go back. Just a real quick breeze through these. To have a squeeze page like this and work in Area Village Park, it's really cost effective. It's not hard. You guys know how, right? So thanks for your time today. Go do good work, and don't keep us a secret over here at SimpleListingSolutions.com. And if you got questions, just give us a call. I'd love to chat with you. Bye.